Hello again, this is Alex with MasterChartsTrading.com, and this is market recap for May 31st, 2019. First of all, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel as always. Stocks continue correcting for now. This, I think, is still a buying opportunity for now, but we will see if this is going to continue to be a buying opportunity. For now, I think it is still. Some sectors never really broke out. We'll look at energy and retail sectors. We'll look at Mexican shares as they react, and Mexican peso as they react to the new salvo in the trade war. Chinese stocks kind of didn't really do much, so we'll look at the SHR, the mainland Chinese shares. Then we'll get into the copper. Very nice trade right now going, and yield curve still continues to invert. We'll look at yield curve and the treasuries in more details. Also, dollar comes under strong pressure from the Japanese yen. We'll look at that, and cryptos I think are taking a pause for now. So let's look at S&P 500 ETF, or rather futures, ES1 exclamation point. On this chart you can see three lines. I'm gonna make that green line slightly bigger. I think it's kind of hard to see, but there it is. So there's the green, the blue, the red, and the yellow lines. So these lines basically they help me visualize where I want to be buying and selling, and whether I want to be buying or selling. And you can find out more about these lines at MasterChartsTrading.com. These are my proprietary indicators that you can have on your chart. So looking at this chart, what I see is a new all-time high here back in May, and then a pullback. So now we're pulling back towards the blue line, and I think this is where we're should be looking for a buying opportunity. S&P 500, same thing. The ETF spike kind of approaches the good level to consider a buying opportunity. Now, some people say that this could be like a head and shoulders, so maybe what I'm hovering over is a left shoulder, and this could be the head, and this could be the right shoulder. But in just my personal experience, I know that not really far from all head and shoulders work out. They do work out, but I'm more interested in the fact that we're right now pulling back from all-time highs towards the good levels to watch for a bounce. I think this would be much more important to watch. QQQ itself is already very close to a really good level to watch for a bounce, and again, this is coming off of record highs, so this is still a bullish chart. Is it reversing? Who the hell knows? We need to wait for significantly more pressure before we can say that, downward pressure, before we can say that it's reversing. Right now I can't say that it's reversing. I don't see enough evidence. I would be looking to still continue buying. Here's energy, and energy, interestingly enough, never broke out, compared to, let's say, S&P or QQQ. Here's the breakout in February. But if we look at energy, you can see that there was really no breakout above the blue line. And you can see that we saw if I was trading it, and if I was, hell-bent on shorting stocks, shorting shares, then this could be one of those opportunities, and I usually short on close below the red line, which in this case happened on 13th of May. Now, I didn't send any alerts to short, obviously, but if you're an aggressive trader, that's an opportunity for you. So energy right now is not really doing great. Oil also under severe pressure, and we will need to, I won't cover oil in this video, but for now let's just look at energy, and energy is also approaching fresh lows, XLE. So not a great looking chart, and also it never broke out. So this sector never really participated in the advance like for example for QQQ or for S&P 500, this advance was mostly powered by sectors that are not energy related. Another sector that never really broke out is XRT, retail, and same thing, really nothing, there was no breakout, so we really didn't trade it. And usually I try to only buy during the bull market, and right now we have S&P 500 in a bull market and I want to be buying. So this particular ETF, there was no breakout, so I had no reason to buy it. And now looks like we're seeing a approach to fresh lows for this ETF. So overall, not a great sign because retail is important, but you know there are other sectors within the S&P 500 which could still power the advance higher. We just need to find the bottom first. Some of the foreign stocks that are in the news of late, obviously Chinese shares with all the trade war talk and the tariffs and all that business. So here's mainland Chinese shares, also known as ASHR, and they did break out here in 5th of May, and I think this is a bullish chart. In fact, this couple of alerts I would have made this a successful trade. Right this instant I see a pullback, and what I want to see is I want to see another close above the blue line, which is at 27.31 currently, and if that occurs then we can continue higher from here, I think, and that would be a trigger for MasterCharts Trading subscribers, for example, to be buying this chart. But for now, the reaction to the latest round of trade war talks didn't really do much to this ETF. So for now, the reaction is kind of muted. Lots of talk, but the reaction right now is muted still. On the other hand, Mexican shares, I thought they were going to break out here in 17th, 18th of April, and they never did. So again, I never sent an alert yet. Right now, we're seeing a significant pressure to the downside for Mexican shares, and we want to see the opposite. I want to see a close above the blue so we can start buying here, but right now this hasn't yet happened, obviously. If we look at the Mexican peso currency pair, so this is currency pair USDMXN, and in this case today we had a huge candle in favor of US dollar. So whatever is happening right this instant looks like US dollar is winning this battle, but I would not yet call a reversal. I want to see possibly another close below 1930 here, and if that occurs, I think this could be a nice shorting opportunity. In other words, Mexican peso then will likely appreciate. So here is the Mexican peso with a breakout, and right now I still think it's bullish, although this drop is not inspiring confidence. Let's continue to bonds, and here is TLT, the long-dated treasuries. I still have a position open. I opened here in January, 11th of January. Took profits already 3 times, in fact. Well, I was selling quarters of the position, and in fact I just took another profit right there 3 days ago, and looks like it's continued higher, but I think this is approaching the end for the move. So let's wait maybe for a pullback before we initiate new positions. For example, here's one that really worked out well, and that was sent in 4th of March. The intermediate term bonds also pulled back, or rather, I'm sorry, the intermediate term yields pulled back even further, but the bonds themselves obviously are making fresh highs. So this is IEF, and again, we are long IAF, and it happened, we sent an alert on 24th of December here. Same goes for short-term bonds at fresh highs, an enormous move for short-term bonds. So here what I wanted to show is the yield curve, and I keep showing the same thing. So this is the yield curve as of yesterday, the 30th of May, because right now it's still being traded. But notice how steep this inversion has become. So right there, the short-term yields are still at 2.32%, and the intermediate term yields are already below that that level. So even the 10-year plus treasuries are yielding less now than the short-term treasury bills. Again, I keep saying the same thing. The overall picture is still bullish currently, but if we look at historical examples, we can see that the inversion of the yield curve in the past has led to stock market taking a dive. So will this happen now? We're about to find out, I guess, soon. For now, I'm still seeing the stock market as being in a bull market. Let's briefly look at some of the commodities. I'm not going to cover oil, but I will cover or natural gas or gold this time. But I'm going to cover copper. So copper here, you can see a very nice alert that just occurred, and hopefully some of the subscribers took that opportunity. Beautiful move, over 5.5% move in our favor, and we were indeed shorting it. How do I know? It's very simple. I look at the chart, I look at the lines on the chart. You got, if I see a close for Forex or continuous instruments, I see a close below the red line, then we short. And vice versa, if this is a stock also, or a continuous instrument, if you see a close above the blue line, then we go long. If that didn't make any sense, then definitely send me a message, and we'll try to figure out if I can explain it to you. Look at the dollar currency index, and it's close to fresh highs. I keep saying that we're maybe pulling back soon, and this is could be an opportunity once this trading range or once the reversal occurs, if it occurs. And when I say reversal, I want to see a close below the red line, and you can find out more about these lines. Here's an enormous move on USD versus JPY, Japanese yen, and notice where the move ended, right at the red line. So to me, this looks like a breakout is occurring, and in this case, Japanese yen is gaining. So here's the Japanese yen futures. You can see a breakout, what I think is a breakout right there, a breakout above the blue line. And this is, I think, could be a reversal for the Japanese yen to the upside. If that's the case, then we will trade it accordingly. And I think if it's a breakout, then we should be buying it. And by extension, the USDJPY currency pairs, we should be shorting it. Right, and a few more to cover. So the cryptos, so here is a LTCUSD, the first one to break out. This one broke out in April, and we've been trading it. For example, latest alert yielded almost 66% move in our favor. Bitcoin, same thing. This is actually my position. I opened right there at 57.11, sold half at 77.50, and I'm still holding the remainder of the position here. So overall, a beautiful trade, and could continue higher. Although this candle from yesterday, so this is a 30th of May, maybe this is a possibly a top-end candle. So a pullback would not surprise me right now. Finally, here's Ethereum, and Ethereum also very similar to the general to the other cryptos, and also made a fresh high for the move right there on the 30th of May and now pulled back. So overall, beautiful trade because alert was sent right there on the 13th of May. Very simple again. We simply look for a breakout above the blue line, a close above the blue, and you can have the same indicators on your chart on TradingView. So if you have any questions, please find me on TradingView, and I'm at MasterCharts. You can chat with me as well right there. There's a chat window. If you can't find me on TradingView, simply go to MasterChartsTrading.com. That's MasterChartsTrading.com, and you can send me a question as well. So once you're at the MasterChartsTrading.com, do continue to sign up. All of our plans have a free 30-day trial, and they are very reasonably priced. The alerts only, where you get alerts of this type, where I send an alert of this type, for example. They're only $24.95 per month if you do monthly, and even less if you do yearly. But I think an even better deal would be to get both alerts and the indicators. In other words, these lines that could be on your chart. Also, you can buy them on MasterChartsTrading.com, and together they cost only $45.95, and if you get them for a year, they're even cheaper. Okay, that's it for this week's recap. Again, if you have any questions, please send them in. Thanks for watching, and have another great trading week. Bye-bye.